For the last two on the 31 to 47 B section, page 228, we've got number 45 and 47. Now for number 45, let's see how to handle this. We've got an a squared minus 9 here, so we're looking at a difference of two squares. So I'm going to start just by factoring out that difference of two squares and then seeing what happens after that. I want to rewrite this. Instead of that exponent being there, I've got that 2, so I can't make that a perfect square or a difference of squares. I'm going to put both a plus 3's stretched out so I see the entire problem. Alright, now what I want you to catch when you're doing these types of problems is that I've got an a plus 3 in both terms again, in my first and second half, so I'm going to use factor by grouping. When I put the a plus 3 out front, that eliminates it here and here. And in my what's left category, what I want to do is distribute a to the a minus 3 and the negative 2 to the a plus 3 in this set of parentheses. So that leaves me with a squared minus 3a minus 2a minus 6. And combine like terms, and you create a trinomial in that second parenthesis. So you've got a plus 3, and then the other parentheses, you got minus 5a minus 6. And then your last step is just going to be to factor that. You have that a plus 3 that just keeps getting copied step after step. And make this a and a. And let's do 6 and 1, with negative 6 and a positive 1 to create this trinomial. You are done. Now, if you started that a different way, you could make a big mess out of that. Just make sure you recognize that factor by grouping, and you'll save yourself tons of steps. All right, your last one from the B section of 228, the last one on page 228 in general, is number 47. Now remember back on the guidelines for factoring, if you have a common monomial, pull that out first. And in this case, you have a 9 you can take out of every term, which leaves you with u squared minus p squared minus 4w squared plus 4vw. And my u's and v's look really close, so let's put a little tail on those. Now the first thing that sticks out here is that I've got three different variables. I have a u, a v, and a w. So I want to look if there's a possibility to make a trinomial, and here is your hint. When you have a VW, that's your middle term. You need a leadoff V, and you need a W squared on the right. So since we have a V squared, a VW, and a W squared, this is my trinomial. And when I put parentheses around that, I have to flip signs, but I don't want to do that yet. I'm going to leave it the way it was. Right? So what that originally was u squared minus v squared, and that was a minus 4, but I don't want that to be my next term. I want the plus 4vw to be next, and I want the minus 4w squared to be at the far right side. Now when I put those parentheses in, it's a little more obvious that I need to make this a minus, and I'm going to make that into a plus. And now we're ready to factor. So this becomes v, 2w, 2w, and they'll both be a plus. You still have your 9, you still have your u squared, and you still have a minus. Alright, so there's where we're at so far. This entire problem that we're looking at now after the 9 is another difference of two squares problem. This u squared minus is what makes it a difference of two squared problem. That's the easiest way of recognizing that. So in the next step, I want to keep the 9 out there. I'm going to switch over to use brackets. It's a little neater. And I'm going to give plenty of room to work. U squared minus will be u plus u minus. Now since I have u plus 2v twice, I'm just going to put, oh no, that's v plus 2w. I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to put this one here. And that's a v plus 2w. Now just to simplify that, to get rid of the parentheses, this one will remain u plus v plus 2w, nothing to distribute. Here I have to distribute that negative sign to the v and the 2w. So it's u minus v minus 2w, and you're at your answer. So there's everything on 228 through number 47. And in the next part, we'll look at some of the challenge problems out of the first 6 on page 229. That'll be in a different video.